I'm still in recovery from that Golden State Warriors season. And later tonight, after the Valkyries take on the Sparks in their franchise debut, yeah, that's right. The WNBA tips off tonight. And following the game, I'm going to play all the sound from yesterday's exit interviews for the Golden State Warriors. There was a lot to unpack there. I'm not going to do that for this episode, though, because today, this episode's going to be short and sweet. We're going to make it positive. It's going to be a good vibes, in and out, introducing your Valkyries broadcast team type episode, where we're going to hype up our WNBA team here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Tonight, after the game, I'm going to go live. And I'm going to do a whole post-game show unpacking what happened with the Warriors. And then maybe I'll even clean myself up after that. But, dude, I look awful. I'm sorry. That's time has become a thing that I just don't have enough of. And I'm sure a lot of you can understand that. Anyways, I'm going to have Sophia Jones join me in just a second. I'm going to have Kevin Danna join me in just a second to preview the Valkyries and the Sparks. Their season tips off tonight. And I'm going to approach this season like how Warriors media members cover the Warriors, with rose-colored glasses on, just being positive, just pretending all the bad stuff doesn't exist. We're going to have some fun with the Valkyries this year. And I cannot wait to introduce you to the broadcast team. Kevin Danna, Sophia Jones, they join me next. This is the Golden Daze.
They always find something to nitpick, and that's because there's expectations for us to win. It was a pretty crazy night.
Woo! Let's go! In a minute, I'ma need a sentimental man or woman to pump me up. Come on and break me off. 'Cause I get what I want and I like what I see. If you
We got Valkyries and Sparks tonight. Welcome to a V For Valkyries edition of Golden Daze. I am your host for the morning, afternoon, evening, depending on when you're watching this. My name is Cyrus Saatsaz. You can follow me on Threads and Instagram at Dog Wild. I'm over on Twitter at Surf Journalist. The program's on both platforms at Golden Daze Pod. Before I bring on my two guests for today's episode, Sophia Jones and Kevin Danna, and again, short and sweet, they're just going to be letting the audience know how you can catch Valkyries action, what to expect. We're being positive here, and I like that. It's going to be refreshing to have the Valkyries be a focus here. Obviously, we're going to talk Warriors. We're going to talk a lot of Warriors. I mean, we're not going to pretend that, you know, they don't exist. Far from it. But when you cover an expansion team, there is a very different approach to that. And you don't cover them with the same scrutiny and expectations that you do a team trying to cling to a dynasty. I mean, night and day situations, but it's going to be fun. And so tonight, again, we'll be live, and that's where I'm going to play all the sound from yesterday's exit interviews for the Golden State Warriors. A lot to unpack there in terms of what was said. But first and foremost, before I bring Sophia and Kevin Danna on the show, and in fact, even before I give some love to our sponsors, one other thing I want to mention real quickly here. I am going to be doing a lot of writing this offseason. Once upon a time, I was an award-winning journalist. The Society of Professional Journalists actually awarded me in the category of online reporting for a story I did. This was 11 years ago now. The title of the story, the headline was Crisis in El Bordo. El Bordo is a region in Tijuana that was once the Tijuana River. It's now a man-made river. It's more specifically a canal where you had this massive homeless crisis stemming from mass deportations. And I was living in San Diego at the time, and word spread to someone I knew that of this crisis where people were getting deported and being deported with like no resources of any kind. And so you suddenly had like thousands of people living in the Tijuana Canal. And a lot of them were like not legally Americans, but individuals who, let's say, excuse me, came here when they were like kids, or in some cases infants. You'd be surprised how many of them don't even speak Spanish. And suddenly they're homeless and they were living in this canal. And I was made wind of this information, and I went down there myself and I wrote the story for the Huffington Post. This was back before they were a clear-cut liberal rag. Back then, they actually were focused on journalism. At least I was, and a lot of the content was. Different days. Again, this was 11 years ago. Anyways, point is, when I say award-winning journalist, I actually did win an award for this investigative piece, among a lot of work that I used to do as a news reporter. But I love sports, I love hoops, and the writing bug has not left me. I'm writing again, and if you want to read my coverage, excuse me, I feel like I've been talking so much, like my voice is taxed. I need to take some time off after tonight's episode. I'm gonna just lighten up a little bit here. I think you can hear it in my voice that it is going. But I am writing, and I'm writing. The website is dogwild.substack.com. Excuse me. There we go. And this is the reason why I hype up this website. Apologies for that. The reason why I hype this website up is because it's not only going to serve as a print edition of Golden Daze, if you will, where I'm literally going to be writing columns, writing stories. I already started. There's actually 2 pieces up there right now that I put a lot of time into. But this is also our newsletter. And I am going to, we are going to get that going. The newsletter will be separate from the stories themselves. You can subscribe to our Substack just for the newsletters. You can subscribe to our Substack just for the stories, or both. But we have a newsletter, and we're going to get that going, and that's going to be a consistent thing. So point is, dogwild.substack.com is the website. Go check that out. And and subscribe. It's free. So the only thing that's required from you is your time and interest. Hope you check that out. And I hope you also check out our sponsors. And first up, Decades, a phenomenal band. Billy DeBono was on this show the other day. I cannot thank him enough. And the support of his band, Decades, they are awesome, and they're available for you, for your event. Whether that event is something really fun, like let's say, well, I guess all the events will be fun, but whether it's professional or personal, whether it's like anniversaries, whether it's weddings, it could be a birthday, maybe it's a corporate fundraiser. Think of the Catalina wine mixer, right? Whatever is on the docket for you in terms of needing live music, go check out Decades. They're awesome. They play music from the 50s to today. They play music from Chuck Berry to Katy Perry. They're not like that Billy Joel 80s cover band at the Catalina Wine Mixer. No, they're like prestige worldwide at the Catalina Wine Mixer. They're going to play music that will make your party fun. Decades was literally hired by Eddie DeBartolo to play a private event in Montana. Yes, the same Eddie D that won 5 Super Bowls as the owner of the San Francisco 49ers. Decades plays every Niners pregame red zone rally next door in Great America. They play events for the Fred Bolitnikoff Foundation. They are literally a full-time band. That's their job. And the fact that they're pulling it off tells me, and should tell you, that they know what they're doing, that they are professionals, that they produce incredible music, and you can hire them for your event. Go to decadesofficial.com to hire Decades, or email Kyle at atomicmusicgroup.com. Again, Kyle at atomicmusicgroup.com, or check out decadesofficial.com. You can also follow them on Facebook and Instagram at decadesofficial. Go check out an awesome band, Decades. Hire them for your event and thank me later. Today's episode, tonight will be the last time I do this ad read. This is the second to last sponsorship of the season And then after summer, hopefully we'll resume the sponsorship, recommence the ad reads, hyping up one of the most beautiful places on God's green earth. I'm talking about Humboldt County. If you live in Northern California, it's a short drive away, 3 to 4 hours. We're not talking about a mundane, boring drive down to LA on the I-5. We're talking about a drive that surrounds you with lush green hills and mountains, with massive forests and trees that eventually leads you to the Avenue of the Giants. Eventually, you're surrounded all around you by giant old growth redwoods and sequoias. And then you reach the enchantment that is Humboldt County. I lived in Arcata, California for 2 years as a student at Humboldt State University. They now call that place Cal Poly Humboldt. And I can be a resource for you. If you need a local's perspective for an itinerary, hit me up and DM me. I will take care of you. Or go to visithumboldt.com. Again, visithumboldt.com is the website. Go check it out if you need information for places to stay, things to do. The region has national parks. It has state parks. It's beautiful. And it's right there for you. Get there before the summer crowds come. They don't advertise in the summer because they don't need to. So get there before everyone else does. School's getting out soon. You want to get there before the summer rush. Go check out Humboldt County, and more specifically, visit Humboldt.com or just DM me. I'll take care of you. And now, without further ado, let's bring on this program. The guest of honor, the radio play-by-play voice, and the radio color analyst for your Golden State Valkyries. You have no idea how elated I was when the news became official that Sophia Jones, who joins me every Monday, she's part of the Golden Days crew. V For Valkyries is a Monday's operation. But for Sophia, the Golden State Valkyries are a full-time operation. We can make it official in terms of announcements. And then, Kev, man, to see you as part of this, you have no idea how giddy I am, dude. I'm excited. I don't know how you two are feeling, but the great announcement. Kevin Danna, Sophia Jones are your radio broadcast team. Congratulations. Golden State Valkyries tip-off Saturday night. Sophia, I'll let you take over first. Describe your elation. Describe every feeling you have, and tell the audience what your role is going to be with the Golden State Valkyries.
Yeah, so we actually tip off today, Friday at 7 p.m. here at Chase Center. So we'll be...
Did I say Saturday?
You said Saturday, yeah.
I'm sorry. My apologies for that. Tonight. Yes, tonight.
You're good.
Go ahead, sorry.
But yeah, I'm so thrilled. I've been a fan of the WNBA. I've watched along for just so long, so many years, and to be a part of this organization and be just a participant and play a role in the inaugural season of the first WNBA team in the Bay Area, a place where I played college basketball at San Jose State. So I've seen a lot of the impact that women's basketball and women's sports in general have on the Bay Area. So I'm just thrilled to keep being a part of that and to just be a part of this amazing organization. I'm so excited to just get right to work.
And Kevin, you and I have been collaborating, working together since I was co-hosting the Rick Barry show. I mean, we were hitting you up for guest spots back then, man. And again, just this, the audience knows how much I respect you, brother, and how much I love you. On top of that, and what is your how are you feeling about this, man? And are you still doing the play-by-play role for these Santa Cruz Warriors?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I'm still doing the Santa Cruz Warriors unless they want to fire me. But no, I was having lunch with the PR staff yesterday. So as far as I know, I'm still in Santa Cruz. I still want to do Santa Cruz. The G League season is November to April. W season is May to September or October, however far a team goes in the playoffs. So there is zero conflict as far as that. So, I mean, I've thought about having a G League and WNBA schedule for a long time. The Warriors organization has wanted a WNBA team for a long time. So, literally, I've been thinking about this job for basically as long as I've been in the G League, trying to figure out how I can make this WNBA thing work for me. It's a big reason why I started doing radio for Stanford women's basketball, like boost my WNBA resume. And
Unreal.
I'll still be doing Stanford women's basketball as well. The best women's college basketball program out there. Maybe UConn and Tennessee have more titles, but nobody else I'd rather work for. And it's great to work with an analyst who played college basketball in what many are calling the best city in America, San Jose. So, I am stoked to be working with Sophia. Cannot wait for tonight's game. It's going to be awesome.
I love it. And speaking of tonight's game and speaking of the season, it tips off at Chase Center tonight, Friday. 7 p.m. is tip. And this is where I'm going to sneak in a quick ad read because Golden Daze is brought to you by BetOnline, the world's most trusted betting platform. And look, this is part of sports, and the WNBA is part of this mix. And I'm talking about the betting mix. You can literally go to BetOnline right now. I'm looking at the line. Tonight's game, the LA Sparks, who the Valkyries are playing, the Valks. I'm already shortening it. And I got the approval from both Kevin Danna and Sophia Jones that Valks is okay. I wasn't sure if it was too soon for that. If you're already like shortening the nomenclature, it is okay. The Valks are taking on the Sparks tonight. Plus 5.5 is the line. If you want to bet on the Valks straight up, it's plus 215. The over-under is 163. And BetOnline, again, the game starts here. You can bet on it. I'm not going to ask you guys to give me your betting lines because there might be some ethics involved in that. But the point is, for bringing that up, what can people expect from the Valkyries this season? What's your prediction for tonight? And what is your prediction for what to expect from this season? Sophia, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I think just in talking to so many of the players and the head coach, Nina Kase, they've said from their preseason games that they actually felt they were a little bit ahead of schedule in terms of just formulating everything. It hasn't been a long period of time at all since everyone reported from different areas of the world to training camp. So to hear that is very positive. But some of the things that they've also just talked about is this group being so connected. And that's a word I've heard thrown out a lot. So they talked about the connectedness of the team. And another word I've heard thrown out a lot is killers. And so I think those two words can really go into what people can expect to see from this team, and just a lot of high energy effort plays, a lot of connectedness. So everyone just being selfless. And you talk about just the killer instinct and players having that dog in them. And I think that is definitely something that we've seen a lot so far this preseason, and especially in the Chase Center in front of 18,000 people. I could imagine that that's only gonna really increase throughout this course of the season.
I can't wait to catch the action. Kevin, what are your thoughts on this team, brother? Like what can people expect? Is playoff contention out of reach for an expansion team, which is perfectly natural and normal? What do we expect?
So first, I just want to, I got to put on my state-run radio cap here just to follow up on what Sophia was talking about.
Can I interrupt you real fast 1 second, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
Just real quick to add to that. The way that the vast majority, I'd say every other member of the media has covered the Warriors, the last 3 years, that's how I'm going to cover the Valkyries. I'm going to cover the Valkyries the same way you guys are. I'm a fan. And look, there's no chance in hell anybody should be critical of an expansion team. This is year one. I'm going in with you. I'm going to have the exact same mentality approach as you are, Kevin. I'm just in it for the ride. This is a positive aspect of to me, of Bay Area basketball. And I'm approaching it like that, man. It's all positivity.
Oh yeah, no, hey, I just being tongue in cheek. I like talking about. I'm
being serious, man.
And all that, but
we're gonna be goody. We're gonna be positive here, man. I really just want to embrace year one, man. Whatever positivity you exude, I'm gonna be like this all season, brother. I love it. I love all of this.
For sure, so, I appreciate it. But just to piggyback what Sophia was saying off the crowd, like there were 17,428 people in there for a preseason game, and B, when the Golden State Warriors were playing a playoff game. So imagine that crowd was hyped. Just imagine what it's going to be like for a game that actually counts, starting tonight for the first ever real game, quote unquote, against the Sparks. Now, I was doing some reading. Kendra Andrews, Kevin Pelton put out this article, and I believe Marissa and Jemmy also noted this, that like there have been 7 teams that have finished with a 15% winning percentage or lower. 3 of them were expansion teams. So, like, all right, historically speaking, as in any sport, unless you're the Vegas Golden Knights, and
Exactly.
you get handed like the keys to the kingdom, essentially.
Exactly.
They were given like every kind of benefit possible. From the way I understand, I don't really understand the NHL all that well, but like it's, you can't expect this team to go 40-4 in year one. I think they can be competitive. Like they talked about, as Sophia mentioned, they talked about being ahead of schedule. Like they were ahead of schedule in my mind from the 2 preseason games. Like, losing by 1 to a Sparks team that was 8-32 in last year, but does not have an 8-32 roster this year with the upgrades they made with trading for Kelsey Plum. And then just another year of Rakia Jackson being in the W, and they're going to get Cameron Brink back, they say, in June. So, and she's
not playing tonight. I was going to ask that.
Yeah,
so
she's
no
not
Cameron
playing
Brink.
tonight, unfortunately, but she missed 62% of the season last year. So if they had Cameron Brink, they'd probably be better than 8-32. Look, I think this team, I'm not going to put a number on how many wins I think they can get. Ideally, in my mind, I want to see them win more than a third of their games. I think that would be a great start. But like, I'm not holding them to that or whatever. They don't have like a stated goal number of wins, but I think they're going to be competitive. I think tonight's going to be a very competitive battle against the Sparks.
I mean, look, the line is not huge. I mean, 5.5 is relatively close. So, and Cameron Brink, I bring her up partly because she's got some connections to Golden State, if you will, because she hosts a podcast with I think Sidel Curry, Steph's sister, and she grew up with the Steph and Curry family. They've got a really strong connection there, and so the Cameron Brink part of it that's part of the reason why I was wondering if she was going to be. She might still be present, but anyways. And look, the Golden State Warriors have been part of a dynasty. Like I think the level of scrutiny when it comes to media coverage, when it comes to just analysis, there has to be levels to this, right? You have to add some perspective to the reality of the situation. And dude, an expansion team, you're right, Kevin. The Golden State, I'm not the Golden State, the Vegas Knights. What do they call
Vegas Golden Knights, yeah.
The Vegas Golden Knights. Like that was almost brutally unfair to every other expansion team what they did, because that is so abnormal for an expansion team to go that far in year one. Dude, keep expectations low and keep your vibes high is my approach for any expansion team, let alone the Golden State Valkyries. I'm just elated we got like hoops continuing here. Like we got basketball tonight. This is insane. Are you guys feeling like the way I am about this, where it doesn't end? It just keeps going year round now. Like, I'm bubbling. I'm a hoops junkie. That's just me. Sophia, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm the same exact way, where the Warriors lost, but there's still basketball going on. And
Yeah.
I've always said a lot of where people talk about, or some people talk, where the NBA, they tend to only tune in for the playoffs because that's when they feel like the games actually matter and the players play that way. Whereas for the WNBA, there are only 13 teams with 12 roster spots on each team, and it's a much condensed schedule. It's almost half, a little bit over half of what the NBA plays. So the WNBA, those players really go hard every single game and play it like it's their last. So that is another reason why I'm just really excited to go from high stakes competitive basketball to high stakes competitive basketball. And I'm just thrilled to be taking the trip to Chase Center today for the first ever regular season game of the Golden State Valkyries. It's surreal to say, and I could only imagine when the players take the court what that just total atmosphere is going to feel like.
Oh, I can't wait. And Kevin, how can people catch the action? And more specifically, I mean, mention the TV part of it as well, but obviously, if you're driving around, if you prefer just to switch to a different audio source, how can people watch the game, and how can people listen to you two for tonight's broadcast?
Well, yeah, obviously people are going to want to listen to 95.7 The Game FM, where you can catch Sophia and I. We go on air at 7 o'clock. We're tipping at 7:02. We do a 30-minute post-game show. Sophia runs the halftime show, halftime interview with Tiffany Hayes, Sixth Woman of the Year in the WNBA. It was with the Las Vegas Aces last year, so you'll want to check that interview out at halftime. On TV tonight, it's on Ion, which on Xfinity is 7/11, I believe, if you want the HD channel.
Good information. Yes.
I don't know about other cable packages.
Well, Sophia said, I think like if you're on Hulu or like YouTube TV, it's also falls into the CW, I believe. I think, Sophia, you mentioned that once. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, I can't totally remember, but also just in general, WNBA League Pass, you can get for the entire season for $35.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So
That's a
it's
great deal.
a steal. Yeah, exactly. And they have a bunch of great stuff there. Even if you want to go back and watch games, which is something I do all the time, they cut out all the timeouts. So it's like a condensed version of the game, only action, which is amazing. So highly, highly recommend WNBA League Pass as well.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And the upgrade they made over a couple of years from League Pass, back in the day, like it would show the final score of the game before you clicked on it. Took out half the fun. But now they don't have those spoilers on League Pass, which I'm very appreciative of. It was like 5 years ago when I got League Pass. I'm like, oh, come on. Why do I see the final score? Like, I'm very like OCD about not knowing the score.
Of course.
By the way, I just want to give myself a pat on the back during the preseason game. LA Sparks game 1. I found a way to not know the score of the game, and it was going on the entire time of the Warriors. I got home not knowing the score of Warriors Timberwolves game 1. So good job, Kev.
Yes.
But, also, KPIX, that's where the games are normally going to be on TV-wise. Jacob Toby and Morgan Reagan got a great TV broadcast team for you for the regular season. So, they'll be Jacob's the voice of the Spurs, and Morgan does a lot of stuff with the Sacramento Kings and the G League champion Stockton Kings, as much as it pains me to call them the G League champions because they have handed us a lot of L's over the years. But yeah, so that's the TV aspect. So you'll want to tune into them for sure.
I love it. Go get ready. I can't thank you enough for joining me the morning of your first broadcast. This is going to be published very soon. Thank you again, you two. Anything we missed before I let you go? I know people can follow you, Sophia Jones, on Twitter at Sophia Jones_2. Kevin Danna, people can follow you on Twitter at Kevo408. Can I miss anything?
Sophia?
I really don't think so. I would just really, really like 1,000% encourage anyone, if you're thinking about going to a Valkyries game or you're thinking of tuning in, just do it. So especially going to the games, like I mentioned before on the show, and like Kevin said, with the attendance of that first preseason game, it had a similar vibe to a playoff game,
Definitely
an NBA playoff game.
Nice.
And I feel like I've been to enough NBA arenas to say that as well. So I can only imagine what it's going to be in the regular season for the Valkyries. So everyone just try to go watch a game at Chase Center. If you can't, then tune in to either 95.7 The Game or KPIX.
KPIX, thank you. Which I think is like a CW. They've got some sort of relationship there, so it's on TV, and it's not going to be hard to find. And last note, I mean, what's the name of the outdoor area of Chase Center where everyone congregates during live games?
Drive City.
TV? Yes. Well, I bring that up because it's the summer. I mean, so if you can't go in the arena, I imagine, and the Valkyries are going to promote this as well, you could still just hang out right outside and watch it on the big screen. Like, I didn't even think about the summer aspect of that. My Lord, we've got potential.
That's actually a great point. These past couple of days where we've been out of Chase Center, I've taken the train and then walked a little bit, and the days have been gorgeous. They've built up that Mission Bay neighborhood a lot as well. There's a nice park area, a lot of really great restaurants. So yeah, just more encouragement to make a whole day out of it.
It's a whole other vibe, man. And I'm in it. I'm all in for the summer. This is going to be fun. We're going to go live tonight after the game. Sophia, you join me every Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, where you're going to give us a recap of the week, in addition to Warriors conversations. And Kevin Danna, you got your hands full, brother, in the best way imaginable. Valkyries and the Warriors, the Santa Cruz version. Congratulations to both of you. I can't tell you how happy I am. Are we done? Are we good?
I'm good.
Thanks. So.
Check these two out tonight. It's going to be awesome. Thanks, everyone. I'm elated. I cannot, if you can't tell just from the visual of watching my emotions here, I'm elated. But it's almost like a proud papa type moment in terms of having my colleague and two dear friends, and they're now the broadcasters for the Valkyries. It's awesome. And again, the coverage here, it's going to be lighthearted. All right. I'm not on one hand, I mean, like being authentic and honest is, that's part of the ethos of this program, but we're also here to have fun, and, it's going to take a little while to decompress from this Golden State Warriors season. But tonight, I just want to end on this note again. Tonight, right after the Valkyries game, we will go live. And the way it's going to go, I don't know if I'm going to do a post-game show after every game. We'll see how the vibe is tonight, whether there's an audience tonight. How the interest plays a huge part in this. But if there is interest for post-game shows, we'll do it. And we'll also tonight do a recap of the interview day. The Warriors did their exit interviews yesterday. I'm recording this on Friday morning right now, and there's a lot to unpack. I'm going to need a little time to truly decompress from the most exhausting season of covering the Warriors I've ever experienced. It's just so much going on, and I felt like I'm fighting like a two-front battle. On one hand, just covering the Warriors themselves, and the endless mixed messaging, the treatment of youngsters, the gross mismanagement of player development and minutes, and and then on the other hand, you have a lot of people who just would prefer to not expose what's really going on. They'd prefer just to turn the other cheek and pretend that this gross malpractice of coaching just is not happening. And has not been easy. I'll say that. So, which is why I cannot again thank everyone enough for the support, for coming to this program. I can't thank each and every one of you enough, because this is not easy sometimes. And this last season was easily the most difficult. But it's over. But we are going to do a recap of the exit interviews, because a lot of interesting things were said. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, thanks again. We'll be back tonight for Warriors, for Valkyries Sparks post game, and we'll keep the V for Valkyries. Well, I don't know actually if I will keep this overlay going for the post game shows, but Valkyries is part of this. Let's have some fun. One more day of the beard. I think I'll deal with this after tonight's broadcast. So stay tuned for that. Thanks again, everyone. And we'll be back later this evening. Bye-bye.